here's a fuckload of morphine, just nail that. You'd be so chilled and relaxed and have no feeling that you probably won't sniff much coke. So I went to the rheumatology again a few months ago just to kind of see how things were. I'd had to check in again with the doctors and they referred me to rheumatology and I was like, I don't really want to. But then I thought, you know what? I've not been for 3-4 years and I wonder what they do. I wonder if there's anything I can learn, considering that this is a form of arthritis. It's ankylosing spondylitis. Rheumatology are meant to help, not necessarily fix, meant to help it. So I was like, let's give it a go. Let's see what rheumatology can do. So NHS, mainstream medicine, go in, and I'm just kind of open. I'm thinking, right, this could be a certain doctor who's helpful or who actually just wants to discuss it. But it turned out to be exactly what I thought the mainstream medical NHS world is with ankylosing spondylitis and most autoimmune diseases, as I learned when I first got diagnosed. For those that don't know how it works, maybe you've just been diagnosed and you're not sure where to turn. Obviously, your first port of call is, well, the doctors, the people that I deal with for all my medical issues. And this hopefully can tell you what most of them, not all of them, what most are like. And it's also what I see from everyone that has messaged me or I've worked with. It's the same sort of process. So this rheumatologist basically says to me, the only thing they advise is to max out on ibuprofen, anti-inflammatories, for him to even consider any sort of care or level of, I don't know, intervention for the horrendous joint pain that you'd get with ankylosing spondylitis and the obviously debilitating nature of it. You can't work, you can't move, you can't do anything. Basically, no questions, no diet, no exercise, no nothing, no investigations. It's just nail the fuck out of ibuprofen, take the maximum dose, and only when that stops working will I then consider the next drug that obviously you can't buy over the counter. And then we'll put you on that, we'll see if that gets rid of the pain. And then if that doesn't work, we'll add the next drug, next drug, next drug. I'm just sitting there thinking, hold on, do you have... So actually, this reminds me, I then said, oh, what about the negative effects of ibuprofen? And both him and the nurse that was just further down the road laughed. I'm like, there's no issues of ibuprofen, there's no issues of anti-inflammatories. And also just saying how like they're way better for you than, say, the actual ankylosing spondylitis. It's basically like going into the doctors and saying, listen, doc, I've got a cocaine addiction. Seriously, my life's fucked, can't do anything. What can I do? What can you do to help me get rid of this cocaine addiction and to get my life back on track? And they basically go, here's a fuckload of morphine. Just nail that. You'd be so chilled and relaxed and have no feeling that you probably won't sniff much coke. It basically is the same thing, isn't it? Because, yeah, I guess the morphine will help the coke addiction. Great. But obviously, one, you're not actually fixing the root cause of why you're addicted to coke. And two, the amount of morphine you're out to then take to get rid of it, I'm sure I've never checked that data to be honest, but I'm sure nailing a load of morphine isn't a good idea either. And that's kind of what I see the idea of the mainstream medicine is, with just taking anti-inflams and then a sliding scale of more intense anti-inflams and then moving to the biologics. It's just like going, right, let's not look at why this inflammation that is there or care or even try to coach you through it. Let's instead just give you something that is going to deal with the symptoms and actually make the original issue of leaky gut, general bad health worse. So that was my experience this one time, but I've seen it on many other people that's what the experience they have is with the doctor, the NHS. You've got to go elsewhere. You've got to think of the other ideas. If anyone's seen a good doctor or a good rheumatologist, please let me know because I'm interested to see what they actually do. But yeah, that's my experience. Hope that helps. See you later.